What's up, fam and cheese? Welcome to my second video in this self-care series, this one being about Sabbath. Now first of all, I'd like to state I have the weirdest lighting setup going on right now. I'm also talking in a much lower voice because I'm trying not to wake my roommates. So if you are wondering why my voice is much more ASMR right now, that might be the case. At any rate, I just wanted to start this video off with a couple of things. First of all, I am recording this on the night before my Sabbath, which I have been taking on Fridays. I tried to record this video a little while back on one of my other Sabbaths, but I realized very quickly that I have never shot a video like this before, and therefore I had a very hard time keeping up with it throughout the day. I was too busy Sabbathing to actually record my video about what I was doing. Now the Sabbath day I have coming up tomorrow is actually quite different in nature. I have absolutely nothing scheduled, which is usually the way I like to keep my Sabbaths. I find that every other day of the week I'm operating more and more on a schedule, like I've got to go from thing to thing. Whereas on my Sabbath days, the one thing that's super freeing and super awesome about my Sabbath is that I keep it completely clean, no obligations. Anything that comes up, I say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it that day. I do confess, sometimes it's easier to do that than others. Other times I justify and I'm like, that sounds pretty restful. And sometimes it is, sometimes it turns out to be, dang, that Sabbath really kind of just slipped away from me. My best Sabbaths are usually the ones like tomorrow where I have nothing scheduled going into it. Personally, that's what I benefit from. Now I know there's a large crowd of my Christian friends that will especially be wondering, why are you taking Sabbath not on Sunday or Saturday? That question is actually pretty easy. I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist. Just kidding, of course. Sorry to any of my Seventh-day Adventist friends out there. But for real, I really would take Sabbath on Sunday with the Fellowship of Believers, but Sunday ends up being more of a day for work. And since Sunday is built primarily for work, I end up needing to take that rest day on another day of the week. I would say, if at all possible, do it on Sunday, because that is when the Big C church comes together to really celebrate that. Well, that being said, the ones who care about it. In this part of the video, I really want to lay out what is the groundwork I should do to have the best Sabbath I possibly can. And these are just tips from me, coming from a guy who takes Sabbath regularly and has been for over 2 years now. I would say there are two different kinds of lists that you really kind of need to make. First, make you a list of fillers and drainers. Now this is a good list to have even outside Sabbath, because it really is good to be aware of what fills you up with energy and with excitement and with rest, as opposed to those things that drain you of life, energy, rest. It's not necessarily that those are bad things, it's just that those are things that drain you. So typically you're going to want to focus on things that fill you up on your Sabbath. After you've got a list of some of those, and here are some of mine, some of them I might could elaborate on, but maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, I will elaborate. One of mine is reading, and you might think that's crazy because a lot of my friends that see me in public, I'm reading all the time. It's because I love reading, I value reading, but reading drains the crap out of me. Moving on from that point, not to dwell on it for too long, you kind of get the idea of that, I hope. The other list that you should make is a list of activities that you can go to on your Sabbath, especially if it's not scheduled. So the way that this list helps is that, for me especially, even though I don't like to schedule my Sabbath at all, I also find it almost kind of self-defeating when my Sabbath ends up being this thing where I'm just kind of aimlessly wandering around with no direction throughout the day. So this is really helpful to me because I have things that I can go to and fall back on and kind of do on a whim without feeling like I am necessarily tied down to them. The last bit of recommendation that I could give to go into your Sabbath with is to do a little thinking about it the night before. Now, I'm not at all saying plan out your day, plan out your Sabbath. What I'm saying is give a little thought to where you're at in life right now, what your week has looked like, and start to think to yourself, start to formulate what is going to be most useful for me to do tomorrow to not only rest, but to also just really fill up for the rest of the week. So that brainstorming thing is really going to help And I'll leave you with two mentalities that I always take into my Sabbath days. One is that my Sabbath is going to look completely different from everyone else's Sabbath. The thing about the Lord is that He knows your heart so deeply that you can start to see the way He has tailor-fit things to suit you and to pour into you best on those Sabbath days. The other mentality that I'd say to keep, and I know I'm going to lose a lot of my unchurched friends with this, is to, in everything that I do throughout this day, to keep God at the forefront of my thought and my action. Now this takes the pressure way off my shoulders on these days. Just personally to envision the Lord holding my hand throughout the day and to be able to just kind of talk with Him throughout it. Not only does it set the tone of rest and of pressure and weight off my shoulders on that day, it sets the tone for the rest of the week to really carry Jesus into everything that I do. It's easy to see that life transformation really starts to happen when you really keep the Sabbath day. My roommate closed the door on me. I'm definitely not being quiet enough. Whoops! So with all that being said, with all that groundwork laid, I'll now cut to my iPhone clips of me Sabbathing and me going to different things. Again, I have no idea what this will look like. I'll try to kind of fill you in over iPhone. I hope that goes well. Without any further ado, it's all yours, iPhone Kyle. Hey everyone, iPhone Kyle here, just like Camera Kyle. I don't have long to talk because my camera is on one of the downtime limits that I have on my phone, so really trying to rush through this part, but check out the lighting setup. It's on top of my space heater. Just letting you guys know that I am sleeping on our couch here, because sometimes I just like doing that. I don't know why, it puts me in a good headspace. But yeah, sleeping out here tonight. So this is where I will greet y'all in the morning, hopefully with different attire. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, bye. Hello everyone. Good morning once again from the couch. So this definitely isn't a house tour vid, but to pick up kind of where I left off last night. Look, you've got to look at this lighting setup. I put a light on top of my backpack to give it a flat surface on my space heater, which is just hilarious to me. And so I've had a camera looking at me all night. But anyway, one of my first steps is that I never set an alarm on Sabbath, so I always wake up somewhere around 11:30. Today it was 10:30. My hair's a little bit messy and crazy, obviously, because I just woke up. Still have my retainers in. So basically the next couple things I'm about to do, and I might give a little clip or two in there, I'm going to throw some of my stuff back into the dryer so that they won't have wrinkles. I'm going to put all of that stuff up, but while they're in the dryer, I'm going to eat some breakfast. After that, I'm going to take a shower. I think my roommate's in there right now, so can't at the moment. But yeah, then I'll probably just kind of head out the house for a little bit. I think that's what I'm thinking. One of the things I definitely want to do on this particular Sabbath is write or journal, so I want to go to a coffee shop for a little bit. So anyway, that's the general idea. I also try to stay off my phone quite a bit on Sabbath, so this one's kind of an exception, but at any rate, I'll see you in just a little bit. Hey guys, want to see a magic trick? Hello, that's right, this time, clean, not dirty. Hello again. Since we last talked, I've been cleaning rooms and things like that, as well as messing around on my laptop. And now, as you just saw, Me and the boys going out to eat some food.
Hi, we're the boys.
These are the boys.
Hi!
You've met one of the boys. This is Brian and this is Matt, and we're gonna eat some Mexican food. But before that, we've got to get Matt's stinking car out of the place. Your car's only a stinking car because your car causes problems. At any rate, we are going to do those things, so there's your update. See you later. Hello, this is Brian and I waiting on the third of our party here at Garcia's having some Mexican food, and it is very awkward to film in public. I'm gonna let you go.
Hi.
Okay, so that was great fun. Wow, ate some food. How about that? That's kind of a necessity, right? Now I pulled up to my grandparents' house, and I'm about to walk in and see my family. I'm not going to record going into it. Yeah, might have a surprise thing that is happening here in just a little bit. So I guess you could say we're ending this day a little bit more eventfully than it started. So, hello again.
Hi.
For the first time ever making an appearance, this is Mother Inman here. Applause, please. And yes, I'm about to leave them, possibly. I don't know who's coming with me. But I'm going to see a little movie, you might have heard of it, called Star Wars. So yeah, that's going to be fun, but right now I'm hanging out with these peeps. Kaylee, you wanna say anything? That's Kaylee. Hello everyone, awkwardly filming in public again. We're about to go see if Star Wars does in fact still have tickets. Where I'm concerned, they will not. So anyway, we're about to walk up in the place and see if they have some seats. Heck yeah. Alrighty, just got out of Star Wars. Give it about a 6.5 out of 10. I'm running low on my time limit again, so I'll keep these words right here short. Just processing through the movie, it was so cool to, for lack of a better word, hold Jesus' hand throughout the movie and to just kind of see where he was at throughout the narrative. I just love to be able to see where he's at through films. And so this was a really fun time. It was a really good time to just get to sit and hang out. So I'll catch y'all back on the actual Kyle camera to debrief. Hey everyone, this is present day Kyle, editing Kyle, and I actually had a video just like the one that I'm filming right this second that I filmed the day of that I alluded to in that last clip. But present Kyle stumbled on the realization that I must have deleted it somewhere along the way between now and then. And so here I am giving a completely different debrief clip than the one I used before. Regardless, I just wanted to say one or two things before we end this video just to debrief. As I was going through the Sabbath on that day, I remember thinking to myself, this is not a good Sabbath. It was a lot more laid back, a lot more lazy. And I don't always love being lazy on my Sabbaths just because I don't like that to carry over into the rest of my days. But I will say, I really like that this is the one that y'all caught. And I like it just because it goes to show that not every Sabbath is going to be a major hit. I didn't get to go riding like I wanted to. I spent most of the day inside, contrary to what I wanted. But you know what? I still ended up getting a lot of rest on that day. And it just goes to show that even if it doesn't go the way you expect it to, Sabbath is so beneficial, so useful, so essential to caring for yourself. Not only that, but Christians, it's commanded. Anyway, drop a comment. Let me know if you have any questions or thoughts on this video. If you like the vlog style, it's not really my style, but you can let me know if you like it. Anyway, let me know what you thought. Let me know any recommendations for future videos. Leave a like, leave a dislike, either one. And until the next time, I will see you in the next video. Peace.